Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to walk through the assignment 1 of COM 9321 semester 2 2016 with you guys, and I'm going to cover lots of basic things that you would like to know when you're doing the assignment, and I hope you find it helpful. So before we start, I'm going to assume that you have installed Tomcat and Eclipse already, and here's the specification for this assignment. So to quickly summarize, we are going to implement a simple website for this library, and we will have 4 pages: home page, result page, card, and item page. So for the home page, we are going to display random 10 items from the library, allow the user to search, and in the result page, we are going to display the result, and again we allow the user to search in this result page, and since the result might be too many for display in one page, so we are going to do the paging, and then we will have the shopping cart page where it stores all the results that you want to store, and we also allow the user to remove it. And then the last page we are going to implement is the item page, which displays the info of the item. And for the implementation requirement, we are provided a dataset as in XML format, and we are required to use only one servlet in this assignment. So before we jump into code, I would like to show you a sample website that I have implemented earlier for this assignment. Here we go. So this is the home page, and if I click home or refresh this page, it's going to display the random 10 items from the dataset, and if I add, and they're going to appear in the shopping cart, and I'm also able to remove them from cart. And you can see that I have a head bar here, which allows the navigation between the different pages. So let's try the search. Okay, it displays the result here, and since it's more than 10, we have 7 pages. Okay, and it's also able to save the preferences of the search. Okay, and if I click home, it's going to remove these preferences. And as you can see, this website doesn't look very nice, but all the basic functions are working. Because I only use CSS as the style sheet, but you can use Bootstrap to enhance the appearance of your website. So, well, enough for the talk. Let's start coding. So to start a new project, we're going to click here, and we are going to search for dynamic web project. Click next, and here's your project name. I'm going to name this project tutorial. And then for the target runtime, you can either select Tomcat 7 or Tomcat 8 and leave everything the same. Then click next, next. And here, remember to click this checkbox, generate the web.xml. This is important for the project. And then click finish. Okay. So as we discussed earlier, we're going to have only one servlet, and we're going to have it inside the source folder. So new, other, and here you can search for the servlet. Click next. And for the class name, we're going to name it control servlet. Okay. So here we have a template for the servlet. And in this place here, we can add the URL pattern. So and by default, if we don't specify what it is, it's going to be a name. So we're going to do this. So this will be the name of our class, and this will be the URL patterns. So what it means is here, we name it as search. So when we enter search here, it's going to direct the request to the control servlet. And if I name it index, then we're going to enter index over here to go to that servlet. And then we can see here we have the toGet method and doPost method. The difference between these two methods are, for toGet, you will have the parameters displayed on the URL, and for the post method, all these parameters passed from the request is hidden. So in the sample, I have used toGet to manage the cart page. Let me show you. So if we add something here, go to the cart page and remove them. You see, the parameter remove item is shown here, and everything is passed within this URL. And if we go back to home and search for something, as you can see, the URL here doesn't change because I have passed the parameters or attributes via the toPost method. Okay, so when to use this get method and post method? Well, this depends on whether you want the user to see the URL or not. So if you are passing a password, do you want the user to see your parameter in the URL? Well, no. So you're going to use the post method. Otherwise, you'll be using the get method. That's completely fine. And in this assignment, I'm going to use the post method more often than using the get method. So our first step is to build this homepage. And as you can see, homepage is very similar to result page. So actually, we can combine them as one page. But we're going to use this control servlet to deduce what content is going to be shown on this page. Now, let's have the JSPs. Search for media income. So now, in order to display something on the browser, we need to have the JSP. So for homepage or result page, we are going to have one JSP for it. So under this web content folder, web info, new, other, search for JSP, here, JSP file, and then we are going to name it search. Okay. And we will also have JSP file for cart and item. So we will just make duplicates of this and then we change the name. And for the item, we are going to have one Java Bean class for it under the control servlet. And since it's for item, then we're going to name it item bean. Okay. And for those who are not familiar with what the Java Bean is, here's the definition, the default constructor. And the second one is it uses getter and setter, and it's something as the standard naming convention. And it also implements the serializable interface. And we're going to discuss how it is used in the JSP later. And I will leave this here so that you can refer. And remember, we are not restricted to only use one constructor in Java classes, so we will have another one, depending on how your dataset is. In this dataset, we have different fields, but some common ones are here, which is the pub type, key, date, which is the modification date, and the XP. So for those ones an item might have and might not have, we're going to store them into this info. And according to the specification, title might not be appeared in the item, but from my observation, it is in every item. But I will just leave it in the info for now. And you might wonder what is key, date, and XP are. But I'm going to explain them once we go back to the control server and extract the data from the dataset, so that you will have a better idea. Okay, now we're going to generate the get and setters for them. Save. And remember, we are not restricted to have only the default constructor, so we can have another one which takes all the arguments here, or maybe some other arguments. So it depends on what you need. So in this way, we will have the node and XP. Again, node is from DOM, and I'm going to explain it later when we extract the data from the dataset here. Okay, and we will have another method called HTML_export, and I'll explain to you later when we use it. So let's go back to the control servlet. Okay, here. So in this control servlet, we are going to handle the request from get method, same as the post method. So what we're going to do here is simply pass the request and response into the post method, and we can delete. So in order to extract the data from the XML dataset, we are going to use the DOM parser, and here are the imports that we need for this. So we're using the DOM from W3C, and there are other better options, but for this assignment it will be enough.